Awka Literary Society has organized a night of tribute, poetry and voices to mourn and remember former Chief of Staff of the Biafran Army, late General Alexander Madiebo. The night captured the General Madiebo colloquium entitled Concept of Biafra Then and Now. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike reports.
The colloquium held in Awka attracted Madiebo from different walks of life and well-wishers from other ethnic nationalities, and provides an opportunity for attendees to reflect on the life of the Biafran Army General and the short-lived Republic. Late General Madiebo, a native of Umuopu village in Awka, was the general officer commanding and chief of staff of the Biafran Army during the Nigeria-Biafra War and lasted between 1967 and 1970. He was also the author of the book The Nigerian Revolution and the Biafran War, adjudged the greatest and most objective book writer on the Civil War. Speaking at the event, the Anambra State Commissioner for Information, Sir Paul Nwosu, who spoke through Sachuka Nnabife, who graced the occasion, appreciated the organizers of the event, noting that it is a moment to celebrate one of the icons of Nigeria and described late General Madiebo as an individual who devoted his life to the service of the nation and Igbo in general, and left an astonishing legacy for the Southeasterners that will help in molding the future of the region.
Alex Madiebo was somebody I read about. I never met him. He was somebody that was outstanding in character, because as he was described by fellow soldiers, he was a soldier of soldiers. He was a commander of commanders, trained in one of the best institutions for military knowledge in the world, Sandhurst. He was also one of the most charismatic commanders, whose yes was yes, whose no was no. So today that we honor him, we use him to recall what leadership would be, what statesmanship would be, what a hero should be.
Two grandchildren of General Madiebo, Nkemjika Nweke, who lives in Houston, Texas, and Sochikaima Madiebo, after reading selected passages from their patriarch's book, thanked the organizers and attendees of the colloquium for honoring their grandfather, especially as, according to them, the platform will further share their father's narrative of the Biafran War, which they said will clearly remain a spectacular document of events around that 30 months war.
He was pensive and avoided looking at me in the face all the time I was with him. It took us a lot of beating about the bush before we could start off a reasonably sensible conversation. When Guan eventually spoke, he expressed his regrets for ever joining the Army at all, in the view of what was happening and likely to happen in the near future.
We're ready for the journey. I almost made a fatal mistake by entering the car and consenting to an immediate departure. It dawned on me all of a sudden that route ought to be checked first for roadblocks before the journey, even though my civilian friends considered this unnecessary and a waste of time.
Sharing their thoughts on the Biafra ideology, Professor Chima Nwankwo, Associate Professor Greg Mbajiogu, Barrister Sam Okeke, and Mr. Ejikeme Anyadoba said that the book by late General Madiebo gave insights into the Biafra War and nation building, adding that Biafra represented a nation and a platform to fight for one's rights and to demand for justice. They insisted that insecurity, resisting injustice, and quest for freedom brought about Biafra, and made it clear that Ojukwu was forced to declare the independent states as a way to protect the people of eastern Nigeria at that time.
Biafra represents an entity. In international law, we are specialized. It is stated that everybody has got the right of self-determination. It's not only colonial determination. That of Nigeria was settled in 1958 after the constitutional conferences. But again, abuse of nationhood started, and therefore represented the nationhood, the nation.
In Awka, Chibuzo Obidike, ABS News.